I'll be covering everything you need to know about CA Digital Training, okay? From its eligibility, what was my experience, how you need to prepare for the interviews, everything from start to end, again, you'll find in this video in English. Now, let's talk about how was my experience at working with ITC, okay? So, stipend I cannot forget because stipend is almost 10 times. For me, it was 18 times what I got in ITC and what I got in my articleship firm. So, stipend is way lucrative than what we expected. So the best advantage of getting into the CLSL trainings is this. Also, to add up in this, I want to give you certain bonus points, and I make sure every minute you watch in this video is worth your time. Hi everybody, this side C. Naman Gupta, and I welcome you all in Unfiltered by Naman. So, first of all, thank you so much for showering so much love and putting so much good comments in the last CLSL training video, and that's still one of the highest performing video on my channel. Okay, so this video I am making again with the updated inputs, the updated, like, I'll try to cover a good Q&A also of your the most asked comments in the last video. But if the video gets long, I'll put it separately, okay? And again, I'll be covering everything you need to know about CA Digital Training, okay? From its eligibility, what was my experience, how you need to prepare for the interviews, and how many chances are there if you are working in a small firm to getting in a good company, and okay, which sources to refer on, how much LinkedIn plays a role, everything from start to end, again, you'll find in this video in English, okay? So this video will be entirely in English, okay? So without getting any further delay, let's get started. I make sure every minute you watch in this video is worth your time. So let's talk about the eligibility for CA Digital Training. The first is your both groups of CA intermediate should be clear, and your 1 year of articleship should be completed with any of the CA firm, and then 3 months of notice period to your registered principal is mandatory by the regulations of ICI. And then let's talk about how you can knock the door of CA Digital Training. So there are few certain ways. The very first is ICI official portal. The portal generally doesn't works out. Most of the time it got hang or something, but still for your reference, I'll attach the link for the portal. The major source of getting the industrial training, good industrial trainings, is LinkedIn. Please maintain a good LinkedIn profile. Later in the video, we'll also discuss about LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is the primary source of getting good CA industrial training vacancies. Maintain a good profile, reach out to the connections, drop them a cover letter, drop them a CV. That is one of the most efficient way of getting this training. And then references do works out. Yes, I have referred so many people in ITC, and yes, a direct referral is the best way, okay, to get into it. And also there are certain WhatsApp groups, there are certain Telegram groups which posts these certain types of vacancies. As soon as the vacancy comes, these groups have an update and you will get to know it. So I'll attach all the relevant links in the comment section below for your reference. So now let's talk about some of the advantages and some of the negative things for CA Digital training. So the very first advantage of doing this training is your brand value, because as and when you mention in the CV that you have done CA Digital training from this and this organization, that really enhances your CV value. What I have observed in my campus placements too, there is always an edge who have done industrial trainings. The next is your connections, okay? Because I don't think while working in a mid-sized firm or a normal size firm, CA firm, we get to connect so much people, but in industry, you get really good connects, okay? They are helpful even after qualifying. You have such connects who can really help you in getting the same company after qualifying, okay? So connections is very important what you get in these trainings, okay? And of course, stipend I cannot forget, because stipend is almost 10 times. For me, it was 18 times what I got in ITC and what I got in my articleship firm. So stipend is way lucrative than what we expect. The most important benefit what I see above all is your communication, your soft skills improves of way what you can imagine. Okay, so if I had to nurture down my experience within it, so I worked in a very mediocre firm. Okay, and there I got a very normal experience with in dealing with front end clients. But when I get into ITC, it was like, a daily, like 10 teams call are there, 15 tones are there, when we had to talk to HODs level, when we have to senior managers, we had to talk to CFOs. So my communication improved a lot there. And that what I can say, even after qualifying, that helped me a lot to crack my other interviews too. So the best advantage of getting into the CLSL trainings is this. With so many benefits comes with few disadvantages also. So let's talk on that. So what I believe, number one is work-life balance. Uh, that gets a bit disturbed when you get into these big industry giants, because see, when you get into these trainings, the companies also do expect you to work day and night, but also depends on the company. And the next point is your studies. What I always guide to my juniors and to you people is, please try to complete your FR and FM before getting into these trainings, because I'll talk to you later on in this video what is generally asked in the interviews. But FR and FM you should get complete, okay? Because GT and ADT is completely related to amendments and all. Try to complete it during your CA Industrial training. Audit you can manage on your own, whether you want to do self or whether you want to do classes. But at the last, it is fine. But 1 year of CA articleship if you're doing, try in that 1 year you are done with FR and AFM thoroughly. Okay. So this is about studies. You need to manage it out along with your CA Industrial training. So let's talk about the stipend, how much you can get in CA Industrial trainings. So the stipend varies a lot. Like if I talk about the e-commerce giants like Amazon, Flipkart, these companies pay a decent range of 25 to 30,000, which is a good amount. And then if I talk about my experience, like in ITC, I was getting 18K. So 18K is a bit less in the metro cities, but as far as what exposure I got there, it's fine. And then when I come to the banking domain, like HDFC and all, these pay a fixed amount of 20,000. Okay. And then if I talk about the consulting, okay, if you get into these BCG and then your Bain and Company, so these pay a very handsome amount of near to lakh. And also there is one category which is this investment banking. So if you want to get into Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan and Chase and these sort of companies, so they will pay you around 40 to 50K. Now let's talk about my interview experience and what is generally asked in these sort of interviews of CA Industrial trainings. Okay, so on basis what I know, there are generally 3 rounds, 2 to 3 rounds. What a company does. Okay, one is the normal HR and then 2 technical. Okay, so HR is always about the basic, like what you want to expect with the organization, how do you see yourself in the next 5 years, blah blah blah. You can search these basic questions on Google. I'm not going deep into that. The next technical rounds always see. I am again as I told you before, AFM and FR. If you are completed, you will have always a good edge over other candidates in interviews. So in FR, they pick up Ind AS 115. Like I remember I was asked the 5-step model of revenue recognition. I was asked about Ind AS 116. I was asked about Ind AS 40, that we have this blah 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 property. It is worth 100 crores. We have rented out to some. So how will you split into investment property and under Ind AS 16 PPE? So they can pick out any major Ind AS. Okay. So major of these were this only, but what they generally picks out. And in AFM, they do pick out IRR calculations, NPV. See, in ARR, though, I'm definitely sure if you're going with a finance role, if you are going with, these finance and consultancy role, they will ask you a question related to AFM, okay, about the IRR, about the NPV. They'll frame your case study. I remember I was faced a question in interview in HUL, whether they gave me a real life example that you are a general manager, okay, of our company, and you have 2 projects with this investment value, okay, with this life of that machine, and then you need to now what will you do on basis of what? So we had to analyze that. Okay, based on the given inputs given by you, I can calculate the NPV of both the projects, and whichever is higher, I'll go with that. So you need to be mentally active about these questions, okay, because they'll frame in a case study. They'll not ask what is IRR, okay, they'll ask the practical implication of it, and then they can ask you about the ratios. In almost every company, I do have faced the question of ratios, okay. And when I say ratios, I does not mean that what is interest coverage ratio and can you tell me the formula for it? No, I was asked that this is our formula, this is the industry average, how, and like, are we lagging behind, why we are lagging behind? They'll ask a full case study based on a formula, okay. Be prepared for it. Prepare all the ratios. Current ratio, what does it mean? What is their company ratio? See, I'll give you a bonus tip for it. Before you get to prepare for any specific company interview, okay, go to the CRISIL website. I'll attach the link in the website also. CRISIL gives the credit ratings to these companies. Search the company. 99% you'll get any company there, okay. A proper credit review. Read that thoroughly, okay. In that, I mean, I can say that what even that the person who is asking you does not know, you will know after reading that report. It is a very detailed report, okay. So before getting into any interview, read that company CRISIL rating report, okay. Their strategies, their negative things, positive things, everything lists down there, okay. So be prepared on that part also. And then they do some ask questions on taxations, okay, like they can put you a random question, what is a tax rate in Companies Act for this, for each and then there are so many categories behind that, so you need to be prepared for that also, okay. And these were the general questions I was telling you, and then there must be some specific questions if you are getting into specific domain, like if you are getting into indirect tax, obviously they will put questions on IDT, on value of supply, time of supply. So we are mature enough to deal that, okay? But I have given you the general idea, like that has to be minimum prepared of to successfully complete these interviews, okay, to get selected in these interviews. Also, to add up in this, I want to give you certain bonus points that you can go for financial modeling course, okay? Like I did course from Udemy, but that was not much helpful because the trainer is out of the country, not because he speaks English, but the vibe channel doesn't match. So not much you can get out of that Udemy course. So you can get a good course on YouTube, free of cost. I'll attach the link. That is very well explained how financial modeling works out, how discounted cash flow model prepares up. So that's a very good course available on YouTube. I'll give you a link in the links below. And then you can do Power BI also, okay? I did Power BI workshop from Jatin Shah seminar, okay? It was a 2-hour seminar for around rupees 200. Uh, in that seminar, it was a good, like if you can, pretty well answer question related to Power BI just from that workshop itself. Power BI is not much complex. I'm not going into DAX calculations, whoever knows Power BI, okay? Apart from even DAX calculations, a basic dashboard you can prepare without those complex formulas. So easily you can learn Power BI also. Now let's talk about how was my experience at working with ITC, okay? So I was with ITC Limited, CPO department. CPO is basically Central Projects Organization. And what CPO does is, like for any internal project, for example, food factory, and other divisions of ITC, if they had to purchase any land or certain building, so they cannot do it directly, okay? They all need to come to CPO, a centralized unit, internal unit of ITC. So, and then we used to make their workings, we used to coordinate with those departments, blah, 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 so much was there, okay? So the exposure was pretty good, okay? And also when you get into this training, please don't expect that you will do, a really analytical job. No, sometimes the work will be monotonous, sometimes the work will be analytical, okay? Because the company also know that you are there for just a year, okay? So please don't do set your expectations, but not too much higher. And if they are not fulfilled, you are not happy or satisfied, okay? All right. So we have discussed, from its eligibility, stipend, how's the experience, how to prepare for it, how to get into it, everything I think I have covered, okay? Okay. If you still any queries, please free to reach out me on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube comment section. I'm available on social medias for you. Okay. Just do a DM on any of my platform. I'll make sure I'll reply to it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.